Hey guys, welcome to the Awesome Toy Box. I'm your host, C. Roy. How you guys doing today? So, I just want to make sure I'm on the right. Everything's going good. Okay, there we go. So today I want to talk about, I'm going to show you some new pickups. And the first thing I want to make sure is I don't want to discourage people. Collect how you like. Enjoy what you collect. This is just merely a pointing out of an issue I feel is I don't know, I don't want to say overlooked, but I don't know, how do I want to say this. Give me just 1 second here. Okay, so I'm actually more ready now. So today, basically, what I want to talk about is the 9.8, 9.9 scam fiasco. That's basically what we're going over here. The reason why I say it's a scam is because the difference is so minute that unless you're getting a good deal, it is a ripoff for collectors, and it's our fault. It's our fault as collectors because we're willing to pay that higher price for a 9.8. And I'm going to show you guys just a couple of things here. Let me pop up my windows here. Let's do it this way. There you go. Let me move over here. Okay, so right here, what we got before us, this is New Mutants 87. Okay, the reason why I brought this up is because I have right behind me a New Mutants 87 and a 9.6. And its going rate price is, according to cover price, is about $203. And 9.8 is $494. More than double the price of a 9.6. Now, why is that an issue? Because I can guarantee you that 9.6 is better than half the 9.8s that are out there. I've seen them. I've compared it. But other people compare it. I've been told, actually, by multiple people, crack that, send it back in, you got a bad grader. Okay? So, let's just go to another one, just to show you it's a common thing. This is ASM 300. $2,700 for a 9.8. $892 for a 9.6. Again, over twice the value, twice the cost. That is criminal, in my opinion, of that difference. Okay, and then just to show you, I'm going to go. Well, this is a newer one. This is Daredevil number 10, first appearance of number 11, first appearance of Echo. It's not the first appearance of Maya Lopez. That's earlier, but this is a newer book. I just want to show you the difference. Is again. As a newer book, 9.8, $53, 9.6, $25. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. So what's my point here? What is my point? My point is scan right now. Just you can stop watching this. If the people that are actually watching this, I have my loyal viewers. I appreciate it too, by the way. Stop watching this for a second. Go look at how many videos there are of people who said, I cracked a 9.6 and sent it in and got a 9.8 finally. I finally got that 9.8. Or they get a 9.8 and they're like, this is no way this is a 9.8. This is a 9.0 at best. You know, what have you. You know, but the big thing is there are so many 9.6s that get cracked and sent in, not touched, nothing done to them, literally just sent right straight back in, and they come back that 9.8. Why? Because the grading process is so, I don't know, arbitrary, fickle, individual. It's not uniformed. It just ain't. It's not uniformed. You can get a bad grader who will give you a bad thing. You get a grader in too good of a mood. They get that, you know. There's literally videos where people talk about, you know, that I can't remember what they call it, but it's like basically somebody who seems to be overly good, overly happy to give out 9.8s. And then you have the other ones who are just like, they're not going to give a 9.8 for nothing. They look for reasons to give it a 9.6 instead of reasons instead of not reasons to give it to 9.8, they look for reasons to give it a 9.6. You know what I'm saying? There's that mentality or what have you. So when you have that be the case, why are we as collectors paying 2-3 times as much for a comic that's in just as good of shape just because someone put it at 9.8 instead of 9.6 this one time? So that's what I'm trying to tell you, people, to get out there. If you come across a 9.8 that's a good price, get it. Okay, I have 9.8s. Matter of fact, my haul video today that I'm going to be showing here shortly, there's some 9.8s in it. There's nothing wrong with getting 9.8s. There's nothing, really. But my thing is if you have a 9.6 sitting there and a 9.8 sitting there, and it's a triple price, double price, why are you buying that 9.8? Put that 9.8 down, pick up that 9.6, okay? Chances are you sit there and crack that book, send it back in, you'd have a fair good chance of getting that 9.8 the next time, okay? There are some obvious flaws sometimes, like a spine tick or something. That is the difference sometimes, but that's a noticeable flaw that you can see. But typically you can't. Typically, my 9.6 says it has spine wear. That's what it says, spine wear. There's not spine crease, there's not spine ticks, but, and here's the thing, every single book that I sent in with that 9.6 that came back on 9.6 had the exact connotation, spine wear. That's all it says, spine wear. I've looked, other people have looked, they don't see it, I don't see it, and I'm not going to pay the money to crack it and send it back in. The 9.6 is fine. I'm perfectly happy with that 9.6. I'm not going to sit there and pay more money to CGC to give it the grade it should have gotten in the first place because somebody wanted to be nitpicky, or they just had a bad day, or they're just not going to give a 9.8 if they don't, for a book. For all we know, and this is this is pure 100% speculation. For all we know, they might be told, hey, on this book, we don't want, there's too many 9.8s out there. We need to lower the number of 9.8s because it's dropping the prices of the 9.8s. So, unless you absolutely have to, give it a 9.6 if it's that close. We don't know if they say that. I would not be surprised with the way that CGC is pushing for money with that whole 9.9 BS, which it is straight BS, sorry. I have a 9.9 back there now, finally. It's right there. I've looked at it compared to some of my 9.8s, 9.6s. I can't tell the difference. It is so minute. It's seriously silly. So that's my thing. As a collector, if collectors start saying, you know what, heck with that 9.8, I'm going to start buying this 9.6. Either A, that 9.8 price is going to drop where it should be, or B, that 9.6 price is going to raise up closer to that 9.8 where it should be, okay? There should not be that disparaging between the two, okay? They should be neck and neck in price. I mean, it should be just very negotiable, since it truly is just what day of the week you sent that thing in, whether or not got 9.6 or 9.8, okay? Now, obviously, when you get to the 9.2s, 9.0s, 8.5, there's a huge difference there. There's a reason why, but when you're at that 9.4, 9.6, 9.8, I mean, there should not be the drop there is. If you look, the difference between the, let's see if we can sit there real quick to make sure. So, the drop point from a 9.6 to a 9.4 is mild. Okay, it's not double. It's maybe a fourth of a drop, maybe. Which it should be a small drop between 9.8, 9.6, 9.4, and then you should start getting a more significant drop as you go down, obviously. So come on, guys. That's what I'm trying to say is stop buying the 9.8s. Don't push that 9.8 that price up. Start buying the 9.6s. Let's push that 9.6 price up where it should be, or get that 9.8 price down where it's at. Because if you truly believe a 9.8 is worth $500, a 9.6 is not worth $200. Okay, a 9.6 should be worth like $400, $450 maybe. It should be right there with it. It should be neck and neck. But we've allowed ourselves to think that that's the perfection thing is so important that we have to have it. This is a book that's sealed, put away, you can't read it, and literally if you can, grab a 9.6 and a 9.8 and look them side to side and tell me the difference 100% on why the one's one and one's not the other. Okay, fine. You know what? You're right. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. But I can tell you I've done it multiple times. I have multiple books. I've had the 9.8 and the 9.6. If you look, if on my collection currently right now, I have 9.6s. I even have a 9.4 that I had a 9.8 in. I got rid of the 9.8. Why? Because I put the 9.6 and the 9.8 and the 9.4 or 9.6 side by side, and I could not visually see the difference. Looked it all over, and I'm not a perfect grader or anything, but you should be able to see a difference to be reason why you're paying twice the price. So as a collector, save your money, buy that 9.6. Let's get the 9.6s. Let's tell the industry the 9.6 is not that big of a price difference. And really the signal needs to be sent is to CGC that you need to have a universal. It needs to be universal. If I send the same book in, every time it should come back the exact same grade. You shouldn't be seeing all those channels. And like I said, check them out. Right now, get on YouTube, check it out. You will find that there are multiple channels that have cracked 9.6s, sit straight back in, and finally got that 9.8. And that's money CGC makes every time they crack it and have to send it in. That it's a way of making money. It flat out is. And who knows, maybe they have a thing saying, hey, this guy's sending in this book, let's finally give him that 9.8. Who knows? I don't know. It's still business. They're trying to make money. And by getting people to crack 9.6s and resend them in, that is a way of making money, flat out. So if it's doing it intentional, I don't know. That's pure speculation. But we need to sit there and say, hey, until you can show that every time I send in this book, I'm going to get the exact same grade, no matter who grades it, there is no reason to be paying up from a 9.4, 9.6 to a 9.8, the amounts that they're different. Okay? So that's all I'm trying to say is, 9.8s are great. A true 9.8 and a true 9.6, maybe there should be a price difference. And not a significant price difference as there is currently in the market, but there should be a difference there. But in the current environment, with the way people do these grades, the 9.6 and 9.8 are almost the exact same book. 99% of the time, I would say, probably 98. Okay. I've seen one instance where I put a 9.6 and a 9.8 together and there was a spine tick, and it was obviously a spine tick. That was the difference. And I was like, okay, that makes sense to me. That shows me there's the difference. I can see a difference. But that's the rarity, guys. It is the rarity. Grab a 9.6, grab a 9.8, look at the difference, look at the price difference. Save yourself some pocketbook, buy that 9.6, hold that 9.6, just enjoy that 9.6 until they come up with a universal way of proving that you are going to get the same grade every time. The significant difference between what they're saying is a 9.6 and 9.8 does not exist. And that's the end of my rant. So if you guys are here for just wanting to hear me talk, I'm sorry, the rant's over. Let's get to the books I picked up, okay? And around here, I have two mottos. One, and first and foremost, collectors help collectors. I truly believe that. It amazes me to this day how many people I say, hey, hit me up I have something I think you need or you want, and they never do because they think it's a scam or who knows, whatever. But if they paid attention and they checked out how many people I send stuff to just to send it just because I'd like to help people out, it's crazy. But seriously, collectors should help collectors. My other it's kind of a newer thing is I truly believe collection before condition. If I'm missing a comic in my collection, I will, if I find it cheap, especially if it's super cheap, I don't care what the condition is. As long as it presents half well, I'll get that, and that'll be a placeholder until I can get a better version. And it's very basically my OCD of having to be a completionist. So there you go. That's all I gotta say. But first off, I want to show off. Again, X-Men 93. Let me get that glare off there. Very faded issue, and it does have this big tear. But it is a reprint, you know. So it wasn't a huge deal for me. I paid next to nothing for this. It's pretty much, you know, it wasn't free, but as close as you can probably get to that, to have a comic like that. And with the X-Men vibe, I also picked up X-Men number 29. And this one is actually, I mean, it's got some wear on it. You can see it here, and it's missing a chip in the corner. But again, I paid less than like 20 bucks for this book. Great to have it. I needed it. I had that hole. Had to fill it. Next up, a very underrated book. I don't understand why this book is not worth more. This is Daredevil 241. If you don't know about this book, I'll show you the reason why I think it's so underrated. But let's open this up. And look at who the artist is. That's right, this is Todd McFarlane on Daredevil. Daredevil issue 241. Criminally underrated book. Kind of a cool little story too. Like nothing key significant happens, but it's a Todd McFarlane Daredevil. So there you guys go. Maybe we can start like a fire on that and make that book explode. Who knows? It happens. I've seen it. Next we have AVX round 6. I'm trying to get all this AVX series. I only pick it up when I find it in dollar bins. I have not read it yet. Once I have all of it done, I will read that. Next, I didn't realize that this is actually a what if. But, you know, I grabbed it anyways. Looks pretty cool. Next, I'm trying to complete the newer Marvel Comics Presents run, so I grabbed a couple of these. The Man-Thing appears in a couple of the new, and a few of these, so it got me the majority of it. So I was like, you know, the completionist in me just said, let's grab the rest of them. This is a dope. Makes it look like it's a super old comic. It's not. This is not wear. This is actually like that's the way they made it. But that's pretty cool, I thought. Next we have Predator number 1. I just finished reading the first 6 issues of the Aliens series that came out about the same time. Really enjoyed it, so I figured, you know what, let's give the Predator a chance. Predator number 2. Again, these were dollar bin books. Let me make sure I got all the dollar bin books out first. So there we go. And next we have an AVX Wolverine vs. X-Men Kitty's Hot Date. A good, cool Kitty Pryde Colossus cover. Very cool. Okay, so those are it for the dollar books, except for, you know, obviously the one of those X-Men was not a dollar book, but you know, it falls in there. These next books are all pickups. One's an order, two are mercari, 3 mercari, and two local comic shops. But first up, we have this Incredible Hulk number 49, Where the Wild Things Are cover. That is a sick cover. I could not believe this existed. I didn't have it. This was one of my favorite books as a child. When I was younger, I loved this book. The movie was awesome. I've had probably 4 copies of the real book. I read it to my kids too, so I just had to get that when I saw that. That's freaking awesome. Next up, we have some J. Scott Campbell goodness. We have Wonder Woman 750. Awesome J. Scott Campbell cover. And then I have I almost think that this should be a glow, but it is the sketch variant of Vampirella, J. Scott Campbell. Awesome book. Then I just got this in today, finally. It took forever, it felt like. But this is the Spider-Gwen, the Ghost Spider, number 1 variant by J. Scott Campbell. And it is the signature version. Pretty freaking awesome. And you know, these Campbells always come with their COAs. But I also got the Virgin variant signed as well. I have so many of his stuff signed. And they're such beautiful books. Okay, now like I said earlier, I'm not against 9/8, so don't think that. I'm just saying I'm against the price difference between a 9/8 and 9/6, and the fact that they're not good. But anyways, I did pick up Harley Quinn 30th Anniversary Special #1, the J. Scott Campbell, and a 9.8 signature, freaking gorgeous cover with that white. This is a thing of beauty right there. And last but definitely not least, and I left the price tag on here so you can see, but I picked up the Spider-Man Noir #1 of the second. This is the volume 2. I paid $30 for it. I think it goes for like 50 now. I imagine that if that Nicolas Cage series thing turns out, this is probably going to shoot even higher than that. But I just thought it was kind of a good price. I mean, $30 for a 9.8 #1 issue. I mean, that's the cost of the slab. It does. I hate CBCS's labels. I don't have a problem with the company. I don't think they do a bad grading. I truly think it's just the label people don't like. But that's it, guys. That's my thing. Sorry about my rant. I hope I'm not really sorry, but I hope some of you got it made some people, at least one or two people, think, you know what, he's right. The 9.6, 9.8 disparity is nuts. But that's it, guys. I want to make sure you guys comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget, tomorrow, the reason why I'm putting this 2 videos back to back, tomorrow, 6:25. Let me make sure I'm saying this right, because I don't want to be wrong. That would be kind of silly. Yes, tomorrow. 6:25, Tuesday, at 6:10 p.m. I am doing my very first Whatnot auction. It's gonna be a cluster, I'm sure. I'm gonna try. It's like I said, I'm trying it best I can right now. I'm gonna start doing some, like, trying to put some more pictures in there for the buy it now stuff. Literally, I'd say 97% of the auctions are all going to just be dollar auctions. Get it out the door, see what happens. So you want to pick up some stuff. There's Daredevil, there's Venom, there's Spider-Man, I mean, it is a large variety. I bought a collection, and literally what I did, I'm just pulling out comic after comic. I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, grab one, 1, 2, 3, until I got a whole slew of them, and that's what I'm going to do until this collection's gone. I'm not literally. I paid just under $1 a book, I think, when you look at the collection as a whole. So like I said, I'm not going to be mad if I sell almost 90% of it at $1. I'm not looking. I just wanted to do this as something for fun, something to take up my time. If I make money, that's great. It'd be really great, because then my wife would probably let me buy more collections. But until next time, guys, please stop by the auction, say hi. If you don't have there, and then you can always find that link to sit there and get you, like, that was it, $10 or $15 off. But until next time, guys, check out your friends, family, loved ones. Make sure they're okay. Make sure they know you're doing okay. And as always, collectors help collectors. You guys have a good one.